There's the hole. Doesn't look like it's... Oops. Let's see if I can make a wider turn here. Looks like... Yeah, it does look like something has been there, but... doesn't look like there's been anything fresh. Any more fresh sand or anything moved. Just having a quick look around. And obviously going into winter now, we're not hearing any frogs. We can't play any frog calls to try and ID them, so we'll have to do that when it comes into the rainy season again. Now that we load them all onto Herman's phone, that was quite fun actually, trying to ID them with Herman's phone. I had some of the frog calls on CD, we loaded them all on there. But it doesn't look like oh, sorry. Okay. Cool. Nice try, but no cigar. So we shall move on. I'm going to head up Twin Dam Roads now, up towards Gowrie Dam. Then we'll do a circuit around Quarantine area. A short while ago we saw a serval there, so it'd be quite nice to see, and I saw some genet tracks just on the corner of where we were before. It'd be quite nice to see if they're out and about. Okay, we have a question coming through. Okay, well, good evening to you, Joel. I hope you're well, and welcome on board Jigger this evening. And you'd like to know what fish we have in the dam. Unfortunately, not too hot on my fish, but I know we'll have probably some catfish in there, which are also known as barbel, because of the long, sort of tentacle-looking bandages on the face. And catfish are actually quite interesting. They can also breathe air, which is obviously very unusual for fish. Actually, So yeah, it's potentially can come out onto land and move between puddles if it really needs to. Obviously when it's extreme and there's not much water available. So there'll probably be catfish, and I've seen some catfish which are about a meter long, quite large. And also I've heard that there's probably tilapia in there. And tilapia being, I think they've been an introduced, if I can remember which way around it is, they've been an introduced fish into the rivers and watercourses of South Africa. But for any other species, I'm not too sure what there will be in there. Don't know if anyone's ever actually looked. Do you know if anyone has looked at the fish species in there? Yeah, Patrick's saying tilapia. Yeah, and Patrick's just saying the two that I've just told you. But certainly when we went up to Buffalo's Hook Dam the other day, there was a lot of fish coming to the surface of the water. You could see the little flecks going on the surface of the water. It was quite amazing. I can smell elephant. So it'd be very nice to see if that serval is around still. I haven't seen any of the tracks. I've seen civet tracks and I've seen genet tracks around Quarantine. And we have seen a genet. Pretty sure it was a large spotted genet, but it didn't stick around too long to see. Genet's quite a small cat-like creature. And also looking out for any brown hyena, which would be very nice. We obviously get a lot of spotted here. But I think there has been on one occasion a brown hyena. I haven't smelt any of the pastings though. But there was one around. Honey badger we're also looking out for. Quite amazing little creatures. Dark black bodies with a silver white back on top. Very, very aggressive little creature. Eats a lot of snakes and scorpions and other wonderful things like that. But animals will give it quite a wide berth, including lions. But doesn't stand very tall. Much, much smaller than the European badger. Also known as a rifle. It makes a bit of a rattling sound as it walks. And Conrad, who is the head of the anti-poaching patrol for this part of the reserve, has said he's seen a couple of honey badgers, so they are around here. You just have to keep a very, very good lookout for them. Bush babies as well. Although if it's anything like Entebbe, we did find that as it got colder, the bush babies would go further into the thicker bush and instead of close to the road, so you couldn't see them as nicely. But I can't remember who was telling me, but someone was saying that here with the bush dying back, you can see bush babies a lot more clearly. It'd be quite interesting to compare the two areas. And Jack from Florida, if you're still watching, that's one of the reasons why I jumped at the chance to come here to Sabi Sands. Just because for a guide, you always want to continue learning and experience different things from what the bush has to offer. So if you move around, you get to experience different vegetation, different animal interactions. Let's say for me, I never saw leopard half as much, or yeah, not even an eighth as much as what I've already seen them. So it's been quite phenomenal for me to see leopard and I've learned so much about leopard already that I never knew. And that's one of the reasons why guides like to move around in an area. Okay, I'm going to have a look around quarantine then. And hopefully Catherine will be able to pick up anything if there is any movement down towards the dam. Okay, we have another question coming through. Not fully understanding that one. Ah. Aha, okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Joel. Sorry, it was just a bit confusing about the question to begin with, but I think you're talking about the scrub hare, and is it true that they do have two types of poo? And yes, it is very true, Joel. Rabbits and hares have a problem. They're not ruminants, and obviously they're quite a small animal, so they have a problem with their digestive system in that it's fairly similar to the elephant, for example. They find good fermenters. So obviously with the elephant, it's grown in size to be able to take in the bulk. Same with other very poor digestive systems like the zebra. They kind of get very bloated with the gases. So the way that the rabbits and the hares have had to combat losing all the nutrients is to eat their own dung. So the first lot of dung that comes through will be very green and very, very wet, and you generally won't see this. They'll generally, as soon as it comes out one end, they will take it in the other end. So you generally don't see it. Even if you keep pet rabbits or hares, you probably won't see it. And that is food that's gone through the first time. When it comes out the second time, it's much, much lighter in colour, generally much drier. The nutrients and water have been absorbed, and that is the food that you usually see. So yes, Joel, it's very true. Okay, so we're back on quarantine. I'm going to drive around and especially have a look at the bush campsite, see if there's anything interesting there. Thank you very much for the questions that have been coming in. Awesome. Oh, awesome, Penny. If you've got pictures, I would love to see them. Penny's saying that she's got a large spotted genet in her roof, and she's even seen them in the garden with the young from the genet as well. So that'll be awesome if you do have pictures. I really would love to see them. But they very, very cute little creatures. Say about the cat sort of size, and we get the large spotted genet and the small spotted genet. Another name for the large spotted genet is the russet spotted genet. Just because the spots on them are quite large and they are a red colour. And I always forget which way around it is. Maybe Penny can help me, or any of the other viewers, but the large spotted has either a black or white tip on the end of its tail, and the small spotted has the other colour. I think it's the large spotted has the white tip and the small spotted has the black, but I always forget which way around it is. But if anyone can remind me, that would be great. So it's amazing that the moon isn't throwing too much light down here. It really is very, very dark tonight. But it's amazing how much cloud cover can really make a difference to the brightness that an object shines. And apparently the last couple of days one of the space stations was fairly visible. And unfortunately I missed it, but it would have just looked like a satellite moving across towards the moon, I think it was, in that sort of area. Oh, hello, what have we got here? We've got a hyena. What are you hyenas up to? Okay, got them on the road, so let's see if they'll come towards us. This is really odd, I can't see at all. Do you need me to shine, or are you okay? Okay, we got them here. We've got one walking right up to Jigger. Quite a small one. Yuck, you're brave. Yeah, we've got, I can just about make them out. I've got one walking right next to me now. Taking a sniff of Jigger and then running away. They look fairly young. I think they're youngsters rather than adults, and they look very inquisitive at Jigger. Yeah, my leg is nothing to eat, thank you. They're all here. Yeah, they're all here just to my right. Let's see if I can move back. They all just looked up when I did that now. Apparently I can talk hyena tonight. Sorry? Touch something. Unfortunately, they all got a little bit of a fright. Yeah, they're all very, very small. Will they switch off? Can you get them? They're a bit too far away, or? They're watching something. They're all just here. I think we might be a little bit far away from them now, hey? Sorry? Yeah, a little bit too far. I'll just see if I can move without disturbing them too much, because I think they're not too sure. Oh, come on, Jigger. No, they've run off. Thought we might be pushing our luck with them. Oh, there we go, they're running back here. It's almost as if they're waiting for the adults. Okay, coming back towards the road again. Okay, we've got them again here. Oops. Okay. Nope, running off again. Looks like they're following a scent or something like that. I think he might be sitting on the microphone. Ooh. Was that not you? Come on, little ones, where did you go? I don't know, what do you reckon, Patrick? About 6, 7, 8 months, something like that? So they looked fairly small to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit older actually, maybe knocking on about a year or so, but they did look fairly small. It looks like they've run off into the bush.
The youngsters that were born into the den of those were about 7 or 8 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That time went quite quickly. Ooh. Yeah. No worries. Ooh. Alright folks, well unfortunately we have come to the end of the drive, and as I say, unfortunately I was going to try and catch up with the hyena again, but they've run off into the bush. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the drive. At least we managed to see some of the plants, and we had the giraffe, and obviously at the end we had those 3 wonderful little hyena there. But as I say, sometimes that's the way it goes. It is nature, we can't predict it. But thank you very much for joining me, and hopefully we have some more luck tomorrow morning. And Mark and Herman are back tomorrow, so they will be on drive. Mark is presenting, Herman on camera, and myself, I'm going to be in final control. So do join us tomorrow at 6:30, remember? 6:30 is the new drive time to try and have as much light as possible. So for myself, Patrick and Kath, have a great night or great day, and we'll see you again.